As you'd expect on a Wembley day, well, Etihad South day, it's lovely and sunny, even though it's the FA Cup semi-final and not the final. And I know there's a lot of debate as to whether the semis really should be down here. For a club like City, who are here regularly, then I suppose there is a very strong argument, and I'd agree with it, that this game should have been played at maybe Ellen Road, or dare I say Old Trafford, but somewhere more convenient for both Sheffield United and City fans. But I'll bet you if I talk to some Sheffield United fans, they're delighted they're here today. They don't get many chances to come down to Wembley, so it's their big day out. Could they cause an upset? Well, I was at the Pep Guardiola press conference yesterday, and he was talking about mental and physical fatigue. He doesn't want anybody to play, doesn't feel that way. It does feel to me as if there's going to be a change in lineup today. Obviously there's the Arsenal game next Wednesday, was Munich last week. So is this a more difficult game than it looks on paper? As a City fan, you never take it for granted, do you? As usual, I'll see who I bump into and tell the story of the day.
Seeing Wembley grow has been a good thing. However, it's taken away like the towers. There's no towers now that I can see them anyway. But knowing that City have gone from strength to strength in every department, you know, it's just fantastic. Look what the club's doing themselves for the whole environment of the Etihad, you know, and how many players that we get out there to other clubs that are just doing so well. You know, it's quite alarming. It's really brilliant, you know. And people didn't believe that our owner come to make us big, better, stronger. And you know, we just will, as far as I'm concerned, we will be world beaters one day, and we are now anyway, but I think we'll be better than that soon.
Which is quite a contrast from '99.
It is.
Playoff final. Gillingham, were you here for that?
I was here for that, yeah, as well. You know, on the Gillingham one, I have to admit that my other son was with me, because my other son's over there with his mum. But my other son was with me, and it got to the point where I'd had enough, and I thought, no, we're not going to do it, are we? You know. And my other son said to me, Dad, take a look and slow down. We will do this. And when Paul Dickoff did what he did, I thought, oh my Lord, here we go. It was fantastic, wasn't it? So I nearly went onto the concourse, but I came back again. Because it was like, here we go, same old City. No, we turned it round. And I think from that point is when we started to go. And I remember sitting on the wall at Main Road and my auntie saying, I think you should get off that wall now. I said, why? I said, getting a bit old for all that. I said, but I'm only small. You know, and what you don't like about Main Road, fantastic.
And here you are now.
This is my new son.
Let's get the what are the thoughts today on this game?
Sorry?
What are your thoughts on this game?
I think we're going to win 3-1.
Very confident.
Yeah.
No matter what team he puts out, even if he rests a few.
I think we'll still win.
What about you?
We're not going to concede. At least 3-0, if not 4-0.
Really confident? Have you got a view today?
4-0, no doubt, all the way. You got to go full out. All the fans come here, spend their hard-earned money, come into the game. You want to see the team at its strongest, put in the performance. You know, if a lot of people come in here, it's about going to Wembley, taking the kids out, family out, obviously some lads, you know, on it as well. So I think you go full out today. Full strength team. I'm expecting a 3-0 win today.
You're not worried that Sheffield United, who are almost promoted, have a big incentive to try and get to the final for the first time for many years?
No, not particularly, no. I mean, they're a good team, fair play to them, but Man City were the best team in the country by a mile. You know, so we should be able to put these guys to bed. I mean, we can't be having that as a reason to not win today.
This experience is amazing, and I think the score will be 3-1 to City.
Everybody's confident.
Absolutely. Listen, if she says it's going to be 3-1, trust me, she's ripped me off for 15 quid so far this season with predicting the right score. So absolutely. So yeah, great. And the experience, like I say, it's brilliant around here. I think it caters for every fan, really. It's great, brilliant. Really is.
I think it's going to be a strong game, 3-1, yeah.
Alex, you've been part of the club for such a long time, and I know you were sitting in the community when it first started at Main Road.
Yeah.
That's coming to the end this season. How much of a heartbreak is that for you?
Very much so, but I'm still there till the end of August, and I'll still be around doing match day activities and my duties with the former players. So it's nice to have that connect, but obviously, you know, the scheme's going onwards and upwards, and it'll still be successful for many years to come.
You were the humblest of beginnings, really, for City and City in the community.
Yeah.
And here you are now as it soars away, both the club and the great charity work that you've basically built. You must feel very proud.
I am. We've helped hundreds of thousands of young people around Greater Manchester, and we're all very proud of that. Not just myself. We've got a brilliant team who worked there in the past and currently. And as I said, I think with the support from the owners and His Excellency Sheikh Mansour, we'll carry that work on.
Can you enjoy the game today then? Are you relaxed?
Yeah, very comfortable about today, and I'm actually in the roll box, so I'm just going to enjoy
lovely.
the day.
There's no trophy, otherwise you could hand the trophy over.
No disrespect to Sheffield fans. We'll come back in here next month for that.
Two fans, two opposite teams. Tell us the story of how you two met. But I want the graphic details. Wasn't it eyes across a stand?
Everyone always says it was like Romeo and Juliet. It's like the cheesiest thing ever. Basically, about 17 years ago, we started talking on essentially a football chat room kind of thing. And then City played Sheffield United at Bramall Lane in 2006. I went to the game with my dad. We were both in the away end. Sean obviously was in the home end. He came down to meet us in the corner between the two stands, and the stewards wouldn't let us across. So we had to shout at each other over this fence. So that's how we met. But yeah, everyone keeps saying like, oh, you looked at each other for the first time and you just knew. And well, I don't think it was the case for you. It kind of was for me, but not for you, I think.
Does she still shout at you?
Say again?
Does she still shout at you?
Yes, she was shouting at me. Yeah,
When have I ever shouted at you?
No, I'm only joking. Yeah, she's a good wife.
I'll be shouting at you today if they don't win.
You were a Sheffield United fan, you're a City fan, and you met before City became what they are now. So at the time you must have thought this isn't going to be a problem, having a girlfriend stroke future wife who might be a blue, but it's become more of a problem now, hasn't it? Is it harder to take?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's great because you take me to sort of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid, and I take her to Barnsley and Rotherham. So it's always a fun story to tell that. But yeah, I mean, I travelled to Europe and travelled to Wembley and stuff with you to watch City, and you travelled to away games with me and that sort of thing. So
actually, the truth is that Sheffield United's your second team. And City's your second team, is it?
I suppose so.
Not today. Not today. Yeah, definitely
but
not.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I say we've been to games all over Europe together, haven't we? But yeah, I've been dragged to Bramall Lane, kicking and screaming, and you've loved going to the Etihad to go and watch these Champions League games. So it's not, I think you've got the better end of the stick over the years.
So you've travelled down separately. Are you going home separately?
Depends on the result.
We're logistically going home together in one car because we both need to be in Manchester tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, if we win, they'll probably throw me out on the Antic Services, to be honest.
If you win, you're not coming home with us. Like, we'll figure out another.
I'll end up walking.
We'll figure out another way, but I cannot sit in the back of a car with you gloating all that way home. We've already had it once before with when it ended badly when we played each other. So
we'll never not
having that.
So the serious question, and you don't have to give me a score, but do you really think, Sean, that you have a chance today?
You say that obviously you're massive favourites, we're massive underdogs. You look back to the 2013 FA Cup final against Wigan, they were massive underdogs, and you've never beaten us in the FA Cup. And the last four meetings in the Premier League in recent seasons have only been sort of 2-0s and 1-0. So we've got half a chance. When you played as a balloon gate with Daniel Sturridge and Stephen Ireland, it's a little bit different to De Bruyne and Haaland. But I'm hoping there's going to be some players before Wednesday night's game.
Has he got any chance of being a winner?
Honestly, I get more nervous by the minute because just the thought of us losing is just unbearable. My head says it should be a really comfortable, smooth, easy win for City, but obviously it's the FA Cup, it's one game, it's Wembley, it's, they've got nothing to lose, all the pressure is on us, so you never know. I really want to believe it's going to be comfortable, but I'm not convinced. I'm not 100% sure. We'll just have to see, I guess.
Enjoy the game.
Thank you.
I don't want to hear about any divorces.
We'll try not to. We'll have a friendly handshake.
So that's one split family. Speaking on my audio podcast last week, Nicky Weaver, the former City goalkeeper, who of course is a Blues hero, particularly from the 99 playoff final, is the Sheffield Wednesday goalkeeping coach and grew up as an Owl. So imagine how he must feel coming down with his family, who I believe as Sheffield Wednesday fans to watch this game against the team that are their rivals and being a Blue.
My girlfriend and kids are coming down as well because a lot of their friends are Sheffield United fans. So they were, as soon as the draw was made, they were desperate to come down. So yeah, it'll be a great occasion. So yeah, we're desperate for City to win, as we always are anyway. But it's just a little bit, a bit extra special because it's Sheffield United now. I know a lot of people there, and I might need an abacus by the end of the game. But funny thing, a lot of things can happen in the game of football, as we all well know. But yeah, it should be a good game. But listen, it's one that we fully expect City to win comfortably.
So here I am on the touchline now. Let's see who I bump into down here.
Bad place to be on a Saturday afternoon, Nate, is it?
No, it's not too bad at all. I think if you're coming down to Wembley in the middle of April and May time, then it means you're doing something right. Obviously, you'd like this to be the final for them to be potentially lifting a trophy at the end of it, but this is business for them, and I think ultimately today, as long as they continue doing what they have been doing, we can expect another trip down here not too long.
Just heard Haaland and Alvarez are starting.
Yeah, do you know what? That doesn't surprise me. I think last year and other years gone by, when there's changes made for an FA Cup semi-final, right?
Just about to get wet.
Yeah, when changes are made for an FA Cup semi-final or something of the sort, I think what we forget is that the changes have been made throughout all the rounds. So it's actually something reverting to type as opposed to something that's reactive to everything else. But I think the fact that those two were out there, as was the case, I think when they played Burnley, it's exciting to have that level of quality in the side and to know that this is business for them. They're not going to be throwing in like an EDS player who's worked hard through the season. For as good as it would be for them to have the opportunity, for City, every game is an important game. Every game has to be won, and then it can move on to the next. So, I'm looking forward to this game today.
The half-time score at today's Emirates FA Cup semi-final. Manchester City 1, Sheffield United 0.
I think we were fully controlled by Manchester City. Sheffield United, as expected, good shape out of possession in a back five. They've got good protection, and it's a classic Sheffield United performance. Really, just waiting, trying counter. They had a good chance on 1 minute, but City just really dominated the possession, kept coming, forced a mistake.
Goal scorer for Manchester City, and the hat-trick for number 26, Your winners and through to the Emirates FA Cup final, Manchester City!
So City march on then to the final of the FA Cup thanks to that 3-0 win against Sheffield United. Everybody's gone now, but after the game, one of my jobs for Indian television today was to interview one of the City players, Mahrez. So here's my interview with Mahrez. Magnificent, magical Mahrez, that's a good headline, but it's a team sport this, isn't it? You must have enjoyed scoring a hat-trick at Wembley.
Yeah, like you said, it's a team sport. First thing you have to say is really happy that the team went through the semi-final, into the final of the FA Cup, which we was waiting for a while, to be fair. I'm really happy to have come here and play that way in the game.
You're very relaxed, you're a very natural player. Is it always like that? You always feel no pressure in big games like this?
Yeah, I'm always like this. It's always been like this. I think that's the way to be, Don't take the things too serious and play your game. And I think that's when you are best,
And with these big games still to come, it's that type of attitude that will help you deal with any nerves or whatever, won't it?
Of course, you always have a bit of pressure here and there, but when you relax and you show about your quality and quality of the team, there's no point to be
What was going through your mind when the penalty came about? Was there any conflict between you and Erling about taking it?
Never. Me and Erling, we rotate, in turn. Sometimes him, sometimes me. And today it was me. So really happy to have scored today and the team to win.
Second goal, I'm guessing, is the one you enjoyed the most. Just kept going through the middle, didn't you?
Yeah, kept going, tried to go to find Erling, but the guy was concentrating on him, so I went through the middle and I finished the second goal, yeah.
So that's the story from here at Wembley. Next up it's Arsenal, of course, on Wednesday. Big game in the Premier League, arguably a title decider. I will be there as usual, looking for you maybe, looking for people around the ground and trying to tell you the story before and after the game. Thanks for all your support. Thanks to RRG Group, to Eamar Development UK and Timpson for supporting these vlogs, and all the people who contribute and watch and say nice things when they bump into me. It's really, really appreciated. Isn't it great to be a Blue?